Hello, and welcome back to my channel. If you watched the video I posted earlier this week, you know I have been thinking about how disability shapes the rituals of our lives, the routines, the choices, the places we show up. And today's video sits right alongside that one. It's another thread in the same braid. I'm disabled, not disposable, and that truth is woven into why my family spent Mother's Day on DC asphalt instead of at brunch. This story is part of the same world I talked about earlier, the world where disability isn't just a diagnosis, but a community, a culture, and a movement that shaped the rhythm of my entire childhood. Every year, when Mother's Day rolled around, my family and I were usually packed up and headed to Washington, D.C. Not for brunch, not for flowers, but because Mother's Day marked the first day of the Spring National Adapt Action. According to my mom, my first action was the week before Mother's Day because she was in the hospital. ADAPT is a national grassroots disability rights organization that engages in nonviolent civil disobedience to bring about change. That was our tradition. While other families were settling into dining rooms, we were rolling down Capitol Hill sidewalks, checking in with old friends, and finding our place in a movement that had been fighting long before I was born. Mother's Day is funny when you think about it. Most people picture brunch after church, flowers, and pastel cards. In reality, the holiday actually started as a protest. Long before it became a commercial event, it was women organizing for public health, for peace, for the safety of their children. Anne Reeves Jarvis was running Mother's Day work clubs in the 1850s, teaching sanitation, supporting families through disease outbreaks, doing the kind of community care that kept people alive. After the Civil War, Julia Ward Howe called for a Mother's Day dedicated to peace, urging women to gather and demand an end to the wars that kept taking their sons. So when I say that for years my family and I spent Mother's Day in Washington, D.C., it fits more than it sounds. Mother's Day has always been about showing up. And honestly, that's closer to the original spirit of the holiday than anything you can buy in the store. Mother's Day didn't begin with brunch after church. It began with people insisting on dignity, safety, and autonomy, the same things ADAPT has been fighting for all along. forget about cards or breakfast in bed. I'm talking about DC asphalt, spring rain on marble steps, the choreography of getting to the hill, and the quiet certainty that change only happens because people keep showing up, year after year. I remember one Mother's Day years ago. By the time things finally settled into motion, it was already afternoon, and the heat had turned heavy, that sticky May warmth that clings to your shirt and makes the pavement shimmer. People drifted out of the hotel lobby inside doors in waves, some still finishing lunch, cramming McDonald's fries into their mouths, some taping signs, some just trying to find a patch of shade. The new People and Day Color Leader meeting had wrapped up not long before, held on Sunday, not Saturday, which gave the whole day a slightly delayed, gathering energy feel. Folks came out of that room with that mix of pride, nerves, and the sense of being pulled into something bigger than themselves. And whoever led it, either Barb Toomer from Utah or Linda Anthony from Central Pennsylvania, had that calm, steady presence that could anchor a room even when the hallway outside was buzzing. By mid-afternoon, the staging area was alive. Scooters humming, chairs lining up, people calling out to friends they haven't seen since the last action. The sun was high and unkind, and everyone was already sweating before anything had even started. Then the mic crackled on. The national team gave the usual reminders: water, sunscreen, stay with your buddies. It is the first day. Pace yourselves. We started marching up C Street heading to the White House. Now they didn't do the full action with the rest that came on Monday, but we wanted to let them know we were there. So we gathered on Pennsylvania Avenue, Linda in her Lady Liberty costume. And then came the line I'll never forget, delivered with that perfect adapt blend of humor and pointedness. Since it's Mother's Day, Adapt wants to wish Barbara Bush and Laura Bush a very happy Mother's Day. It got a warm ripple of laughter, not mocking, not mean, just that knowing, slightly mischievous Adapt laugh that says, we know exactly who we're talking to. It was to set the tone for the week. A soft open, but unmistakably Adapt. Present, loud, and impossible to ignore. I don't remember who I was sitting with, because that was not the part that mattered. What stayed with me was the heat, the timing, the voice on the mic, and the feeling of being right there in the afternoon sun at the start of the week, part of the movement as it took its first steps. Adapt built discipline into the bones of every action. We didn't move until the leadership confirmed the intel. We didn't react to whispers in the hallway. The leadership checked, then checked again, then checked the third time. Not because we were paranoid, but because we were responsible for each other. And honestly, that's what we all need right now. A little steadiness. A reminder that we don't have to pause. We can breathe. We can wait for the truth to catch up. So as we close out today's video, I want to leave you with this. Movements aren't made of superheroes. They are made of normal people, tired people, hopeful people, people who get things wrong sometimes, people who learn, people who keep showing up anyway. That is what adapt taught me. That is what Mother S. Day on DC Asphalt taught me. And that is what this week reminded me all over again. We deserve the truth. We deserve steadiness. We deserve to take a breath before we leap. And if we can offer that to each other, a little patience, a little clarity, a little succor, then maybe we can move through this world with the same discipline and the same heart that kept adapt rolling forward, year after year. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. I would like to wish all the mothers, grandmothers, great-grandmothers, aunts, and women who shape our lives a happy Mother's Day. I will see you soon.